Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey Cowboys Nation, today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about games of the NFL season so far. A Thursday night football clash that's left fans and analysts buzzing across social media, sports radio, and every corner of the football universe. We're talking about the game between our beloved Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. A contest that on the surface seemed like a high-octane shootout with fireworks, incredible plays, and strategic battles. As you've probably seen or heard by now, the story behind this game is far more complex and controversial than just the final score. So, buckle up because what unfolded that night is a perfect storm of on-field heroics, questionable officiating decisions, and a wave of conspiracy theories that threaten to overshadow the actual football. The Lions emerged victorious with a 44-30 win, extending their lead in the NFC standings and giving them a significant boost in their playoff push. But what's really grabbing everyone's attention isn't just the result. It's the series of calls, non-calls, and controversial decisions that many fans and experts are now labeling as rigged. Yes, you heard that right. Rigging accusations flying high, social media exploding with outrage, and a debate that refuses to die down. Let's start by setting the scene. The game itself was electrifying. Jared Goff and the Lions' offense looked sharp from the first whistle, orchestrating drives that showed a mix of precision passing, smart play calling, and a running game led by Jahmyr Gibbs, who had an outstanding night with 3 touchdowns. Gibbs, a player who's been gaining momentum all season, showcased his explosive ability to find gaps, make defenders miss, and punch in scores that kept the Lions ahead for most of the game. His performance was a reminder of why Detroit's offense has become one of the most exciting units in the league right now. On the other side, the Cowboys' offense was resilient with Ryan Florin. You might know him as Ryan Flowerot in some circles, putting up impressive stats. 9 receptions for 115 yards and a touchdown. It was a night where both teams' offensive weapons shined, creating a spectacle for the fans. But as spectacular as the offensive plays were, the real story was the officiating, or more precisely, the controversy surrounding it. And here's the thing, fans are not just nitpicking. The game featured a series of calls and non-calls that when viewed in aggregate have sparked accusations of bias or outright rigging. Let's unpack some of these moments that have become the focal point of debate. The first major controversy involved an overturned safety call. Initially, the Cowboys seemed to have a good stop, but after review, the officials overturned the call, awarding the Lions possession. This decision, whether right or wrong, shifted the momentum significantly. Fans immediately took to social media crying foul, claiming that this overturned call was part of a pattern of unfair officiating favoring Detroit. Then came the missed offsides calls. In the NFL, offsides can be a gain share, especially when they happen on crucial third downs or near the goal line. In this game, several key plays appear to feature Lions defenders lining up early, yet no flags were thrown. These missed calls allowed Detroit to extend drives or prevent the Cowboys from getting turnovers. The inconsistency in officiating has raised questions about whether referees are calling the game fairly or simply missing obvious infractions. Of course, referees are human and mistakes happen. No one denies that. But when mistakes happen repeatedly in high-stakes games, especially involving teams that are vying for playoff positioning, suspicion inevitably arises. The most explosive moment, however, was the offensive pass interference OP call that sealed the game for Detroit. With just a few minutes remaining, the Cowboys were mounting a comeback attempt. And then suddenly, an OPI flag was thrown against the Cowboys' Ryan Flower. The call was contentious. Many viewers and analysts argued it was a ticky-tack call, perhaps even a borderline one. But the officials stuck with it, and that penalty pushed the Cowboys back, hampering their efforts to close the gap. Fans flooded social media with accusations that the referees were intentionally influencing the outcome. A sentiment that's been echoed by high-profile voices like Pat McAfee, Skip Biss, and even former NFL quarterback Chase Daniel. Now, let's take a step back and analyze the broader picture. The NFL's officiating this season has come under intense scrutiny. In recent weeks, we've seen over 15 games with controversial calls or missed calls that have led to widespread discussion about whether the officiating crews are consistently fair and accurate. The NFL's officiating data shows that on average, referees have an accuracy rate of around 65% in their calls, which is not unusual given the complexity of the game. However, the perception of bias or inconsistency can severely damage the league's credibility, especially when high-profile games are involved. Referee Alex Kemp, who led the crew for this game, has been a veteran official with over a decade of experience. According to NFL data, Kemp has officiated 12 games this season with an accuracy rate around 65%, which is considered mid-tier. But his crew, like all others, has faced criticism for inconsistent calls, sometimes being overly cautious, other times missing obvious infractions. The fact that this crew called 14 penalties in the game, 7 per team, further emphasizes how the officiating impacted the flow and outcome of the game. So, what are the implications of all this? For the Cowboys, this game is more than just a loss. It's a reflection of ongoing issues that have haunted their season. Their 6-6-1 record, a mere game above .500, is a testament to how inconsistent and vulnerable they've been. Their defense, which was supposed to be a strength, allowed over 30 points in this game, something that has been a recurring theme in their recent performances. Teams like Detroit, with their explosive offense and strategic play calling, have capitalized on these defensive lapses. And while the offense under Ryan Florin has been productive, it's clear that the team's overall cohesion and execution need improvement if they want to contend seriously for a deep playoff run. The Lions, on the other hand, are riding high. Their 8-5 record solidifies their position as NFC favorites, especially after this win at Ford Field. Jared Goff has played exceptionally well, showing maturity and leadership that have earned him praise from coaches and analysts alike. His ability to read defenses, extend plays, and deliver accurate throws has been a key factor in the Lions' success this season. Moreover, the addition of Jahmyr Gibbs has transformed the Lions' offense into one of the most dynamic units in the league. Gibbs' 3 touchdowns in this game exemplify his versatility, running inside, outside, making defenders miss, and providing that explosive element that defenses struggle to contain. But here's what's intriguing. Despite Detroit's success, the controversy surrounding officiating continues to cast a shadow. Fans, both Cowboys and Lions supporters, are questioning whether the league is subtly influencing outcomes or if this is just a series of human errors. The truth is, the NFL has always relied heavily on the integrity of its officials. But as technology advances, so does the scrutiny. Replay reviews, booth challenges, and advanced statistical tracking have made clear that mistakes happen more often than we'd like to admit. But the question remains, are they random or is there a pattern? The fallout from this game also impacts the playoff picture. For the Cowboys, who are now sitting at 6-6-1, every game becomes critical. They are fighting to secure a playoff spot amid stiff competition in the NFC. Their upcoming matchup against the Minnesota Vikings on Monday, December 15th, will be another test of their resilience and ability to overcome adversity. Meanwhile, the Lions continue to push forward, aiming for a top seed in the NFC, which could give them a crucial advantage in the postseason. Looking ahead, what does this all mean for both teams? The Cowboys need to address their defensive vulnerabilities, especially in preventing high-scoring offenses like Detroit's. Their offense, led by Ryan Florin, has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency remains an issue. The offensive line's protection, the play calling, and the execution in clutch moments need sharpening. For the Lions, the focus shifts to maintaining their momentum, avoiding complacency, and ensuring their disciplined approach carries through the final stretch of the season. And let's not forget the human element, the referees, the pressure they face, and the scrutiny from fans and media. The NFL must continuously evaluate its officiating standards and perhaps consider implementing more technology-assisted reviews to minimize errors. But the debate about bias, favoritism, or rigging will likely persist until definitive evidence surfaces, which as of now remains undiscovered. So, what can we expect in the coming weeks? Will the Cowboys bounce back from these controversial calls and turn their season around? Or will the officiating controversies continue to cast doubt on their chances? The upcoming games will be critical, not just for the standings, but for the league's credibility. The Cowboys' next challenge against the Vikings will be an opportunity to show resilience and prove that they can overcome adversity both on the field and off. In conclusion, this game between the Cowboys and Lions was more than just a battle of XS and OS. It was a microcosm of the ongoing struggles within the NFL, balancing human error with the integrity of the game and the demands of a league under constant scrutiny. Whether you believe in conspiracy theories or see it all as part of the sport's unpredictable nature, one thing is clear. This game will be remembered for its drama, controversy, and the questions it raises about the future of officiating in the NFL. Now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this whole situation? Do you believe these calls were just mistakes, or do you think there's more to it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters, and it's important for our community to keep this conversation going. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, analysis, and behind-the-scenes insights into your Dallas Cowboys. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, keep the faith. Pause here just for a second if you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you. It's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. Let's take a moment to reflect on the broader implications of this controversy. It's not just about one game or one call. It's about the integrity of the sport we love. Fans invest so much emotion, hope, and loyalty into their teams. And when those feelings are challenged by perceived unfairness, it creates a ripple effect. The NFL, as the most popular league in the world, has a responsibility to uphold fairness and transparency. Whether through improved training for officials, more transparent review processes, or technological advancements, the league must find ways to restore trust. Furthermore, this situation offers a valuable opportunity for fans, analysts, and the league itself to have honest conversations about the limitations of human officiating and the potential of technology to supplement, or even replace some of the more contentious calls. After all, in a sport as fierce and fast-paced as football, mistakes are inevitable. But the goal should always be to minimize them and ensure that the game remains as fair and exciting as possible. As we look towards the future, it's clear that the Cowboys season hangs in the balance. Their upcoming game against the Vikings could be a turning point, a moment to prove that they can rise above the noise and focus on what they control: execution, discipline, and resilience. Meanwhile, Detroit's continued success underscores the importance of strategic planning, player development, and coaching. Jared Goff's leadership and Jomer Gibbs' explosive plays are testament to how a well-coached team can capitalize on opportunities even amid controversy. In the end, football is a game of moments, big plays, clutch decisions, and sometimes tough calls. But it's also a game of perseverance, passion, and the unyielding desire to win. So, as fans, we have a choice. Do we let these controversies define us, or do we use them as motivation to support our teams even more fiercely? I believe it's the latter, and I know many of you do too. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion truly matters and it's vital for keeping our community engaged and informed. Remember, I'll be back soon with more in-depth analysis, exclusive insights, and updates on your Dallas Cowboys journey through this unpredictable NFL season. Until then, stay passionate, stay hopeful, and as always, keep the faith in our team. Thank you for spending this time with me. Make sure to like, subscribe, and activate notifications so you never miss a beat on the Cowboys' latest. Catch you in the next video.